G'day everybody, welcome back to Sprouts Tarot. So today's reading is going to be a message from your future self to you. And this has a light and shadow aspect. So we're going to tackle two big topics. So the first cards that you see here is going to be the light aspect. So take a good look-see. And then the back of this card is going to be the shadow aspect of your reading. So once again, have a good little look. Okay, as usual, please go by intuition because I don't know what's going to happen in the actual reading. So just choose what feels good to you and I'll see you in a little while. Welcome back, Group 1. So if you pick this pronghorn antelope, the light aspect of your reading is to take action on what it is that you need to do. So let me just read this. Now is the time to act. Opportunities are here. Move forward with confidence. Your talents will always help you land on the pinnacle. Your quick wit and keen senses will lead you to success. Okay, so that's pretty self-explanatory. Now, this particular pronghorn is an insect that has like a very thick backside. So there's a there's a lot of junk in the trunk. And so, but this thickness helps it basically to protect itself from predators. And also, another aspect of this animal is that apparently these antlers are never downward facing, which means it's constantly picking up stuff. It's in tune with its environment. And it has a very keen sense of smell. So generally, symbolically, it means you can sniff things out. It means you can find answers to your problems. And also, it's a very swift moving animal. And so that's what it's asking you to do. This light aspect, the action card, is to do something. Now, the shadow aspect is this lovely swan. It is a gorgeous card, right? Okay, so grace. You who glides across the waters of my soul, bring me your wisdom and light. Help me transform into elegance and grace. Inspire me with dignity and the spirit of beauty. Okay, so swans, we are all familiar with the famous and not so good looking duckling that finally became a swan. So swan energy is usually, the background story is growing up, feeling not so confident about yourself and then blossoming into something that is maybe conventionally appealing or accepted in society by the masses, but still feeling like that unattractive little duck. And so this always carries like an undertone of feeling not so confident in yourself, not the way that you should present yourself considering what you currently are. So just on the surface, taking action, my guess is that you need to fake it till you make it. You really need to act confident until you generally can make peace with this underbelly of feeling not wanted or not accepted. And then one day it will click into action and you will naturally feel genuinely confident. Okay, so that's what I feel from these two, the light and the shadow aspect. Now, to accompany this reading, I'm using an oracle deck from Australia. Yay! It's the Aboriginal Dreamtime Oracle. And these stories are gorgeous little stories. They're simple and they're straight to the point and they're powerful. Okay, so this story is about the birth of the wind. And the wind can travel everywhere, right? It moves so quickly. It can go through like trees. It can go through animals, like where animals aggregate. And because it has this ability to pass through everything, it also has the opportunity to eavesdrop and to listen to what the trees say, to listen to what the birds talk about, to listen to what the blah, 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 okay? However, in the course of being able to move so swiftly and to listen to what people talk about, the wind became rather disheartened, because this wind could hear so much negativity, like so much gossip or people talking smack or animals talking smack. And so it left this wind feeling rather despondent. And so one day, due to the frustration, the wind kept on twirling itself until it created this kind of storm. And of course, there's wreckage and there's damage. And during this twirling session, the wind actually exhausted itself out. And finally, it came to the realization that, you know what? I actually can't change the nature of other things. This is part of accepting what is natural. And so from that point on, the wind understands that you have to give other people room to grow. And you've got to let people or animals or trees to feel free enough to go through their own evolution and growth process. So the underlying message here is to have patience. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use ruins as well today. Okay. So just to pick up the energy of your light and shadow card. So I've got my lucky bag of jade ruins here. So I'm going to pick something. Okay. The first one. Okay. Second one. Okay. Oops. All right. Okay. So let me put this away first. Okay. So in the action card, we've got the Kenner's Ruin upright. And so this is like a warm, it's fire energy, but it is fire that denotes health. It denotes vitality. So it is movement, which is fitting for this action card. So, okay, now we've got second confirmation. You have to do something. Okay, so clearly this is good fire energy. Now, here we've got the Fehu Ruin in reverse. Okay. All right, so the Fehu Ruin upright denotes cattle, which in today's society, it means worth or money. However, because it's reversed, maybe you are having some issues with confidence, like what this swan card was talking about. Going from the unattractive duckling to finally burgeoning into this beautiful swan, but still feeling unsure. So I think this Fehu Ruin is saying, if you continue to undermine yourself, things are not going to improve. Because if you constantly see yourself as having lower value than what you truly are, then life's bounty, you're not going to be confident enough to seize. At least that's what I think. And to have patience. Okay, let's just move on with the tarot story, okay? So, what we're going to do today is I'm going to use the Mythic Tarot. So the Mythic Tarot is actually the very first tarot deck I ever got in my life. And at that time I was, sorry, can I just have a drink? At that time, I was just heavily into astrology, only astrology. But I got this tarot deck for basically fun times and giggles because it was on sale. So, I mean, I wasn't into tarot at all at that time, just to be totally honest. But I saw the price tag and then I thought, oh, well, you know, like there's no loss. There's no loss in buying something that I think it was maybe 50% discounted. Oh, okay. Oh, there we go. There we go. Discounted. And then we got a Page of Swords. Okay, so, and then that's when I got it. And I didn't use it for like 1.5 years, which is strange. But finally, I worked up the courage to use it. Okay, so let's see. What is our story? page. Oh, okay. Can we fit another? Maybe put this one, because this, I wanted to do a 5-card reading. So the center, let's put here. Oh, okay. Let's see what's at the bottom. Oh, no, 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 no. Okay. Sorry. YouTube again. Okay. Sorry, I must cover Aphrodite here. Okay, so she's naked. Half naked. Oh, okay. This makes sense. Now remember, I wanted to do a 5-card spread, so this is the central theme of the card. Okay, it looks like a relationship reading. This is definitely... Okay, all right. This is Zephyrus, the west wind. And Zephyrus was very rebellious and rather silly, really immature mind. And Zephyrus and his brother Boreas created a lot of havoc together. But eventually, Zephyrus calmed down because he basically hooked up with Iris, who's this really pretty rainbow creating goddess who was really calm. So she was able to become a positive influence on him, and he gradually changed to become like a better character. But Zephyrus is basically the first stirrings of independent thought, and what he does is basically give you that first spark to think outside of the box, to think differently from the group. And usually this card, when it comes out, it implies gossip or rumors. And I need to get a message. I need to get a message because it's a page. Okay. So my guess is, okay, this is Eros and Psyche. So this is when she's trapped with a sea monster, and basically, I think it was Aphrodite's instructions. She was supposed to be devoured by this creature, but Eros came to rescue her. But I think he accidentally pricked himself with this like arrow, and then he ended up falling in love with her. So, and then there were trust issues between them two, by the way. But yeah, but this is the meeting. This is the meeting of two people. So this is a relationship card. Relationship reading. Okay, so you've met. Oh, I get it. I know this story. Okay, all right. So you met. You weren't able to see this partner clearly. Okay, now Eros is behind Psyche. Okay, so she can only hear him, and she could feel maybe his embrace, but she can't ever see him clearly. And he saved her life. Then rumors or gossip started. And because you weren't able to see your counterpart clearly, you started having doubts about the relationship just through gossip and rumors. Then you went into seclusion or hermit mode. Okay, so this is actually Kronos, father of time. Okay, so Kronos has a very important point in mythology, and that is you cannot reverse time, and there are limitations in everything that we undertake. So if you do not go for an opportunity, either to start something or to redeem something, it can literally just dissipate. You just miss the boat. And that's what this Hermit card is telling you. Okay, the next we have the Pan God. Okay, so now this card, ooh, what? Again? Okay, wait. If I hold it up, you're going to see nudies. So, okay. Okay, so this is Pan. And Pan lives in a cave that has no opening. And he's basically holding onto two people, okay, like a man and a woman, and he's pulling the strings. This is symbolic of a facet of yourself that is so taboo that it's never seen the light of day. And I think maybe this rumor hit this point, and hence you feel bounded, restricted, encumbered by this thing that you cannot look at. Because look, there's usually the cave formation has an opening, so then you can access or exit the you can leave the cave, but here you don't see any. And so Pan apparently is the etymology for panic, because he's a prankster and he has a tendency to frighten travelers by, you know, boo, hiding from a bush and coming out and saying boo. So he elicits panic. So I think this rumor did cause a panic attack of some sort, because it hit a nerve, or it hit a point that you were not ready to address in yourself, and hence you had to go through a period of seclusion and realize what, or analyze what you are missing if you do not take this opportunity maybe to rekindle this relationship. Because next to the devil you've got the Wheel of Fortune. And this time, the Morai sisters, and look, this looks like maybe a counterpart, because, yeah. Okay, this time there is an opening to the cave. And the Morai sisters, basically, this is the maiden, the mother, and the crone energy. And it is the changing of time, but due to a certain destiny that you have. So in this particular story, you are destined to face the demon or the taboo point in your own psyche and find the least, or at least the way out of this issue, which is keeping this relationship from continuing. Okay, at the bottom of the deck here, we got the Seven of Cups, okay? So now we're back to Aphrodite, and this is what I'm saying with tarot, it's just crazy, okay? Okay, Aphrodite now is telling Psyche how to get Eros back. So the story is this: Eros and Psyche. Eros falls in love with Psyche because he sees that she's really beautiful, but she can't ever see him fully. And the only time that they meet is during night, and he dims off, like there's no lights, okay? So no candles, and there were no electricity back in their heyday. So what she did was she could only feel his embrace, she could hear him talk, and he had a lovely voice, blah, 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 but she could never see him. So then this conjured like images of what he may be like. And then she had sisters who told her, oh, maybe he's just like a really grotesque monster. This is why he doesn't want you to look at him. So then curiosity got the better of her. And one night she lit up a candle, and the rule was, he told her she could never see him in his full form, but she did. And because she saw him and realized he was in fact gorgeous, but she broke the cardinal rule, which created their connection, or was part of the condition of their relationship, he left her. And so now at the bottom of the deck, there is redemption. You can salvage this relationship that was maybe fractured because of gossip, innuendo, or rumor. Aphrodite is telling Psyche what she must do if she wants to reclaim this relationship with Eros. And so these tasks are very, very difficult. Okay, so I think there were, wait, let me check this for you. There were, I think 4 tasks, were there? Wait. Yep, 4 tasks. Okay, no, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, 4 tasks. Okay, so 1 is to separate the grains. So Psyche was given a pile of mixed grains in order to separate them by dawn. And eventually ants helped her. Collect wool. So Psyche was tasked with collecting wool from Helios's sheep, which were violent and on the far bank of a dangerous river. And a reed guided her to the wool in thorny bushes. And then 3, collect water. Psyche was tasked with filling a crystal vessel with water from the river Styx. And an eagle helped her. And then finally, to collect beauty cream. Psyche was tasked with collecting a box of Persephone's beauty cream. Okay, now my guess is these tasks that Psyche is asked to do, this is actually symbolically what you must do. Now the first one is mixing, separating the mixed grains. This is separating the wheat from the chaff. So in your mind, you must understand what is the good point, what is the bad point of this relationship, and not fuse things together. And so what I mean by that is that we all have bad habits, and sometimes we make a mountain out of a molehill. So maybe it's like that. And collect the wool from violent sheep. So I think that's this, facing Pan. So the thing that you are not able to see or address in yourself, that's what this is. And then collecting water from the river Styx. Well, that's this, the dark night of the soul, the hermit, spending time alone, where you really, really have to do some, emotional work here. And then collecting the beauty cream. Yeah, I think if collecting the beauty cream, it is like improving the face, the beauty, which means the outlook or the presentation, which is the exit point here. So I think, these 4 tasks are these 4 cards. Okay. I hope I didn't confuse you, but okay. Quickly to summarize. Action. What you must do now is take the opportunity to fix this relationship that had somehow been fractured through rumor or gossip. And that is because deep down inside, you feel you are not worthy. You have, there are 4 tasks you must do in order to reclaim this relationship. 1 is to separate rumor from fact. 2, it is to collect the water from the river Styx, which means go through the deepest, darkest emotions and address them. And then collect the wool, which is basically that taboo point or that secret that you've locked away. It is time to deal with all that because remember, this cave is completely blocked. So the violence would be to break open some part of it so that light can come in. So this is maybe the most difficult part. And the beauty cream is this, the wheel of fortune turning. So there's a new lease in life. You can face the world with a new persona or with a new identity because you've been able to face or correct the shadow or the thing that has kept you bound up. Okay, so that's the message from your future self to you. It is a relationship fixer-upper message. Okay, I hope this helped. Thank you very much for allowing me to read for you, and I look forward to seeing you again. Bye. Welcome back, Group 2. So if you pick this cute little bee, this is going to be your future self's message to you. It's going to be about work. Okay, we know what bees are like. They're creative, they're efficient, they're effective, they're wonderful, they're hardworking. Industriousness is written all over this card. Okay, so let's read. Bee community. You are a powerful creator. Your work blesses everything you touch. Be open to receiving sweetness. You are the queen of abundance. Okay, so what more can I say? You are maybe the captain of your industry. Maybe you have a lot of responsibilities because the queen, so queen bee, you are responsible for production, for generating the successive growth, new generation, passing down delegation, work delegation. But yeah, you've got heavy responsibilities looking at this card. And yeah, bees are little workaholics. Okay, so this is the light side, which means you're clearly a successful entrepreneur, business person, or even if you're employed by somebody else, you're probably at the top of the food chain. That's my guess. Or you're striving towards that way. Okay, now this is the shadow aspect. The shadow aspect is the polar bear. Now, I, of course, didn't know this until I got this deck, but traditionally polar bears were seen to help shamans cross over from our world into the mystical realms, okay, so to the other side. And they helped them to converse with the spirits or entities and then brought the shamans back to this side of the world to convey messages. Okay, so now let's look at our lovely polar bear with the little, it looks like a little shaman face in between, going through these like the mystical journey. Okay, polar bear, mystic. Know that challenges make you stronger. Have faith when you face adversity. Take time to rest, dream, and renew your strength. Embrace your psychic abilities. You carry the shaman within. Now, this seems to be in contrast to this energy, right? Because business people tend to be very materialistic, artistic, feet on the ground. And the shaman is seen to be the woo-woo guru. So how's this going to work? I don't know. But let's look at our next card. Now, this is taken from my lovely home, Australia, Aboriginal Dreamtime Oracle. So this is by the first peoples of our nation, and many Dreamtime stories. They pack a punch because the stories are very simple, but the messages are profound. Okay, so this story actually talks about the platypus. So once upon a time, the platypus was just a mammal that could breathe air and go into a body of water to live. So unlike the fish that can only stay in water, the platypus is a mammal that can do both. But the quandary that this little platypus had was that its whole fur would get soggy wet when it left the rivers or the lakes or wherever platypuses are found, and it went on land. And so when it went on land, it couldn't really move freely. And then when it also went back to water, it couldn't swim as efficiently as a fish. So one day, what this platypus decided to do was it found a piece of bark. And then it thought, hey, wouldn't this be really fun if I just bit this bark and went swimming with it? So then this little platypus put this piece of bark in its mouth, and it went back to the river for a little swim. And then what do you know? The platypus was super efficient at swimming just by adding this extra little piece of bark in the mouth. So then evolution decides to gift this platypus with that little beak formation that it has because of this trial and error thing that it decided to do. Of course, this is not a scientifically real story. It is just a cute little tale to illustrate that when you are having fun, you can probably come up with a new way of doing something that is innovative, and it's not forceful, it's not tiring, it's not stressful. So there's another little key. Okay, so today I'm going to pair your light and shadow card with ruins as well. So just to see what the energies are. So we have part one. Let's see if we can get some sort of extra guidance. So I'm going to use my lovely jade ruins here. Okay. All right. The first, oh, Lagaz. For the B, we've got the Lagaz rune. Let's see what we can get for the polar bear. Okay. And for the polar bear, we've got the sigil. Okay, let's put this away. Okay, so the Lagaz rule. This is strange. It looks like it should be the opposite. Okay, the Lagaz rune talks about having psychic abilities. Maybe at this stage you are very psychically in tune. If not that, this represents either the woman. So if you're female and you're watching this, this represents yourself. If you are a male watching this, this is your most trusted female counterpart or companion. This is the main woman in your life, be it professional or romantic or platonic. But this is a female energy or psychic intuition that is working very well in this area of business. Okay. Now, conversely, on this polar bear card, we've got the sigil. Now, the sigil rune represents victory or success, usually. And that's due to the tenacity that's exercised by this energy, okay? That's why you're successful. Now, generally, if it's combined with a business card or business rune like Pedro, it means that you're kind of overworked or you're a workaholic. And so in this instance, we can see this sigil falls in line with the B card. So just on this alone, I think it is saying you are overdoing it in terms of work, and maybe it is having an effect on either your intuitive abilities or it's having an effect on a relationship that you have with a woman. And maybe it's better to have some time off where you can relax and maybe cultivate more creativity. So that's the feeling that I get. It looks like you're overworked and it's affecting either your psychic, intuitive or sixth sense, like the natural antennas that we have to pick up energy that's not like material. And it's advising time off or playtime. Okay, so, but I don't really know. That's just an impression. Now, to find out the story, I'm going to use my very first tarot deck that I ever got at a discount, the Mythic Tarot. Okay, so what we're going to do is try to get this story, exactly what this is about, okay? So, let's see. So, please tell me, okay, 5-card reading today, 5-card reading. Please tell me what is the story behind this community? Oh, okay, there we go. Okay, 10 of Swords. Oh, that doesn't. Okay, I'm not going to say anything yet. Just let me put out everything. Now the center card we're going to put up here, because this is where you are. Can we fit one more? Oh no, you're all squished up. Yeah, so I should do what I did with group 1. Put the center one up there. Okay, now what does that say? Got a message. Oh, okay, no, don't worry about it. Okay, so what's at the bottom of the deck? Oh, okay, sorry. You know, I really love this deck because of the intensity of the myths. They're wonderful, wonderful stories. But it's got a lot of nudie bits, and YouTube is not artistically nudie friendly. Sorry, so I'm going to have to cover up Aphrodite again. Aphrodite always appears in the nudie in this deck. Okay. Oh. Okay, so right now you are here. Now, this moon card, this is Hecate, okay? So Hecate is also known as Artemis, and you can see the three faces of Hecate, which is representative of the lunar cycle. So it's an up and down thing, okay, in terms of understanding of certain cycles in your life. This moon card is always symbolic of confusion in your life. So at this present point, you're not really clear about something. And this dog, Cerberus, is it? Cerberus? Yeah, I think that's the name of this dog, which guards the gates of hell, I think. It's Hecate in animal form. So this is another representation of this energy, okay? But basically the three faces represent also the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune with the Morai sisters, Morai sisters representing the youth, maiden, mother, crone energy, represents the cycle from birth to death, basically. So right now at this stage, something is keeping you very, very confused. And what this is this particular point. You're in a very difficult situation here. Now, this character is Orestes. I think that's his name. And he was in a little bit of a pickle because the story is something like this. There are patriarchal laws and matriarchal laws in his time, and basically he had to avenge the death of his father by killing his mother, because I think the mother killed the father. So through the patriarchal law, he must avenge his father's death, but to follow the matriarchal law, to kill one's mother, matricide, is actually the greatest sin that one can commit, but he must fulfill his obligation. So if he doesn't, after he commits matricide, he's faced with the grim aspects of having to deal with the three Furies. And the three Furies are friends of Hecate, okay? And at this stage, so I don't know if this is making sense, but this is Athene or Athena, and she is basically giving him redemption or reprieve of some sort by confronting the Furies, or to make a bargain with the Furies to let him have some peace, to not cause this level of stress. So this cycle of extreme pressure, where you've got two options to exercise, both are equally ill-fated, and you're forced to carry it out. Now, this particular drama includes the three choices here. You can see this Lover's card, and this is possibly what's causing the confusion. So this is definitely, or 99%, a work thing. And maybe in order to have career success, you have to make a choice. And your three choices are: Hera represents worldly power. Aphrodite is the love or the relationship aspect, emotions. And of course, Athene represents like insight or piercing logic. So you can actually strategize. So one is power, one is love, one is brains. And poor Paris here has to make the choice. And you're probably poor Paris. So right now, this Athene is probably you continuing to develop some sort of studies, continuing a study of some sort, so you can gain more knowledge to progress. Another, you're probably caught in the predicament of not giving enough time to relationships. Or, and the other one is pursuing your career and climbing the ladder without any breaks or hindrances so you can reach the top. And so I think that's this. You're confused. What are you going to choose? Like further studies to help you maybe do well or to excel at your workplace, or grab the immediate promotional or power, your career, the career ladder that you should be climbing right now, or to actually give time to the relationship. Okay, so what it looks like is in the future, in the immediate future, you are successful in conquering this confusion, because this is Jason in the Argonauts and holding the golden fleece. So you can see he's very successful, and all his mates are, yeah, go Jace, go Jace. They're all cheering him on because he's been able to complete this feat, which was deemed to be impossible. And what is this? It is to restore balance. So this justice means to give what is due to different aspects of your life. Now, the scale of justice is in balance because Athene has the aid of the owl that provides wisdom, and her intellect is always switched on, and she's able to arrive to conclusions based on a very strategic way of analyzing both the light and dark aspects, or good and bad aspects of the problem. So this is a very methodical way of dealing with something. And so you're able to overcome this confusion by exercising sound logic. Now it looks like what you finally end up doing is choosing Aphrodite, the relationship, because at the bottom of the deck, you've got the Nine of Cups here. However, this is not like part one of the love, where Eros and Psyche just has, you know, feelings, love at first sight, that kind of like sweet teenage Romeo and Juliet kind of love. This is after a struggle. This is after falling in love, being in that cocoon, and then separating into individuals again, however, this time on equal terms. So you're not just the other person's baby and pumpkin and munchkin. Now you are you, and your partner is your partner, and this is 2.0 version. So this time, this bond that you have is built on a journey that you've undertaken together, where in this case, each partner has betrayed the other in one particular instance and has done some soul searching and come back again. And this is why finally in this time of this phase of their relationship, they've got the blessing of Aphrodite, who at one stage gives Psyche impossible tasks to fulfill in order to get this relationship again. So my guess is after this, okay, this whole work, study, relationship dilemma, and it's probably been going on for quite some time, okay? So both you and your partner are trying to make things work And maybe at one point there's a point of confusion or even temporary separation. However, by using logic and strategic thinking, you are able to make each step, or you're able to make bridges between these three disparate choices, but you're able to make like bridges to make the connection, so you don't have to give up either of these or one of these three things that you want in life. So unlike Paris, you didn't choose just one thing. Maybe you were able to somehow make these things connect, because in the end, it's going to work out. The relationship is renewed, and you've got the blessing of a goddess too. Okay, so I hope that made sense. Did that make sense? Okay, but it looks like work, confusion, because there's choices to make, real life decisions. Go for, relax, play. Like, don't go around and play around. I'm talking about play around like a child. Relax, give some time to yourself, reorient, and then when the stress dissipates, the logic will come in. You will be successful in conquering this confusion and figuring things out with the relationship. Okay, so that's all I have for you today. I hope this gave some sort of value, and I look forward to seeing you again next time. Bye. Welcome back, group 3. So if you picked this elephant, this is going to be your future self's message to you. Okay, so first of all, you are destined for great things. Okay, so elephant, especially in Hindu mythology with Ganesh, is the remover of obstacles. Okay, so love is your strength, leadership is your path, your wisdom inspires everyone you meet. You can overcome any problem. You will naturally and easily achieve success. We know what elephants are. Great, powerful animals that generally has a calm demeanor as well. And they're good at following instructions. If you see them at, circuses and stuff like that, used to anyway, they're capable of great feats, but they have generally quite a calm disposition. But they definitely are quite, they are animals with great strength, especially during stampede season. So you don't want to mess with them. But destiny is greatness. Okay, so that's the first energy. That's the light aspect. Okay, so openly everyone can see you're a force to be reckoned with. Now, on the shadow side, you're also a mythical creature because you got the dragon. Okay, so supernatural dragon. You are the ancient wise sage. You can shapeshift at will. Mastery is your destiny. Rise with dignity. So dragons have always been guardians of some sort. Okay, so in Western, fables and mythology, they tend to keep the princess in the castle. However, in other cultures, especially in Asian cultures, they are symbols of heroism. And so the energies that they embody or represent is that of the mind. And hence, this is what the shape-shifting aspect means. It means the mind's ability to change a certain belief, paradigm, or indoctrination. That's all within your own purview. So it's not like the body where you need to change. If you wanted to change, it takes a lot of alterations that not necessarily something that you can do by yourself, especially if you wanted to change your appearance. But with the mind, it can happen just like that. So there's flexibility. You always have a choice in changing the way that you perceive your reality. I think that's what this card is. Okay, so now from my wonderful home-grown deck, Aboriginal Dreamtime Oracle, the story that fell out was Insightful Revelations. Now, this is, all the stories are cute. Seriously, if anybody likes Dreamtime stories, I really recommend that you get this Oracle deck because they're just delightful stories. Okay, so once upon a time, emus had very small, stumpy little legs, like mine. Okay, so what happened with the emu with the short little legs was that they couldn't access the good food. So because they were small relative to the other birds of that particular timeline, they only could eat the scraps or what was left. So one day a group of emus all got together and then they said, oh gosh, if only God or divine or nature would give us long legs, then we could all eat delicious foods. So then they kind of hummed and hawed about how they would go about getting these great long legs, thinking about all the delicious food that they could eat. And so upon having that discussion, they slowly dozed off. And to their surprise, when they woke up the next day, they had these super long legs. And so instead of just using it for food, they discovered that they could run really, really fast. So then it gave them a new lease in life, like this super adventure where they had these super long legs, just like running all over the place and going to many different places and basically enjoying the new, the big world out there. So it wasn't just for food that this new, that this wish that they wanted, when it manifested, it gave them something else that they didn't ask for, but was a bonus to the thing that they wanted. So does that make sense? I'm really strange today. Everything is messed up in my mind. This is like Mercury retrograde in my mind. Anyway, let's continue. Okay, so we've got elephant, destiny, greatness. We've got mind, agility, shape-shifting. And then we've got insightful revelations. Wanting something, but then getting a side benefit that was not something that you calculated. So it was over your expectation. Okay, so now today what I'm going to do for your light and shadow cards is to grab a jade ruin. So I've got all my ruins in here. So what I'm going to do is pick one for my lovely elephant. Okay, so the first one is the Urus ruin for the elephant. And the second one is the Hagal ruin for my lovely dragon shadow. Okay, let me put this away. Okay, so the Urus ruin. Now this is the wild version of the Fehu ruin. So Fehu traditionally meant cattle, and in modern day times it just means our worth or finance, like monetary worth and personal value. But this Urus is a little bit like a wild ox kind of energy. So there's tenacity, there's a lot of it's virile male power. It can also represent a man. So it can represent the male in your life, or if you are a male, this actually represents you. So this particular energy here, the light aspect, is a very strong, potent and proactive and masculine energy vibe. Okay, now the Hagal ruin here represents delays or limitations, or the timing is not right, or there is the delay is caused by something external to yourself. So it's not something that you can control. That's what the whole goal is. So if it's connected to the ability to change the way that you think, maybe it means downtime because you've hit a pocket, or like there's a situation in which the decision isn't really up to you and you can't control that factor, and hence you can't move ahead, or there's delay for you because of this external thing. Okay, so these are the pieces that I have as an impression. Now, what we're going to do is use my Mythic deck. Like I told 1 and 2, this is my very, very first tarot deck. And we're going to try to get a story, so this message from your future self becomes clearer. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's see. Please tell me via 5 cards, a 5-card reading on what this is all about. So what is this destiny for greatness? And also, what is this dragon aspect or side of the self that, oh, that is not seen? Beautiful. Whew. The Hierophant. Okay, this is Chiron. Hi, Chiron. I actually really like Chiron. Oh, 5 of Cups. Alrighty. Oh, then we got the beautiful Iris. This is where you are at the moment, by the way. That's you, okay? So, oh, okay, wait, sorry. I must cover her boobies. YouTube's rules. Okay. Ace of Cups. Oh, let's hope not another nudie card. Oh, no nudie card. Yay! Queen of Wands. Okay, let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. Oh, there we go. Ah, gallop, gallop, gallop. Okay. Oh, okay. All right. I think I get this. This is this. This. Okay. If you are a guy listening to this, this is you, okay? So love is your strength. This is the male energy. If you are female and a heterosexual couple, then this is your man, okay? Right now, there is something that you are wishing for that is going to be more than what you are asking for. Just like the emus that had short legs, wanting long legs only for food, but then after getting those long legs, they realized that they could have speed and they could travel the world, or at least their region. So, okay, all right, now I don't know exactly what this is. I know what this card means, okay, all right. Let me tell you the story. This is Eros. This is Psyche. And in this mythology, it involves Psyche being chained to the sea, where the sea monster was supposed to devour her. But then Aphrodite sent Eros to help her. And of course, he pricked himself with one of his little arrows, and then he fell in love with her because she was really beautiful. And so it was this kind of level of infatuation. But the way things were, he approached her from behind, so she never got to see his face. And but he sounded wonderful, he smelled great, and he promised her the world. But there was only one condition. The condition was that she wasn't ever allowed to look at him. So he would only come and see her at night and with all the lights off. And so, but one day, because other people around her kept on saying that, oh, maybe this guy is tad weird, or, you know, it's probably not so hot. That's why he doesn't want you to see him in light. Curiosity got the best of her. She lit up a candle and finally got a glimpse of his face. Found out he was gorgeous, but then she had broken the rule of their relationship and he ran off. Okay, now this story, of course, is not the physical face that she's not supposed to look at. This just means there's an aspect in the relationship that was supposed to be hidden or not shown because one part or one person in this partnership doesn't want that revealed. However, that was revealed. And so now there's this time here where you have to, okay, now this is not traditional religion. Chiron is still part animal, part human. So this is the mixture of the high and the low, which means it's not based on faith. The learning's not based on faith. It is based on study. It is based on learning. And it can only take place when you are in your own quote unquote cave. You need this time to process, to understand what has happened. And Chiron is the wounded healer. So maybe this issue that caused this betrayal, where she couldn't resist the temptation but to look at him exactly as Eros is the part that you fix in other people but cannot be fixed in this relationship when it comes to yourself. Okay, now what I mean by that is, this is an extreme example. I'm not saying this is your relationship. I'm just giving you an example. Let's say you're a counselor and you advise people on how to get over and survive childhood abuse. And you're successful in giving counsel to others. But let's say your partner has gone through this trauma, yet all the tricks of the trade that you advise other people doesn't work on your partner. So forever, this relationship is underscored by that pain that can never be resolved. So that's what the wounded healer aspect of this card is. Now, that is out of your control, right? So that's where we get this dragon and this Hagal ruin. You can change your mind in how you perceive this problem, but you can't determine when it'll be fixed. So right now it is advising you to make adjustments in your everyday life, especially adjustments towards positivity, because this is Iris. And look at her, she's surrounded herself in this beautiful rainbow. She's very accommodating. The only drawback with this is don't be over accommodating where you compromise who you are for the sake of others. But it is constantly tempering these two goblets, okay, filled with this, I don't know what, elixir of some sort. But to keep a relationship balance and your sanity, you need to make constant adjustments, okay? So you can't let this fact that, this factor that you can't control overwhelm you. You can only do what you can do, because you can see one foot is on land, the other is on water. So you must keep stability while allowing your emotions to flow. And that's what Iris is attempting. And this is the phase that you are in now. You're trying to balance these two things. The good news is that in the immediate future, if you can see here, you've got Aphrodite with the Ace of Cups. So this relationship, or this problem, this issue in the relationship, is going to give rise to new feelings. And this new Queen of Wands energy is going to be more stable, and it's a very loyal, faithful energy, because who the Queen of Wands is Queen Penelope from Ithaca. So she is Odysseus' wife, who waited for him something like, you know, like 10 years or something for his return when he went and participated in the Trojan War. So she's just been there waiting for him. There were some rumors that it wasn't like, she wasn't chastely waiting for him. Okay, so she wasn't like celibate all that time, but in her heart she was loyal to her man, and she waited for him to return. And at the bottom of the deck, da 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 da, you see the Knight of Cups coming through. So if you are the guy, you're gonna end up making the move back to your Queen of Wands. If you are the Queen of Wands, then your new Knight of Cups or revised Knight of Cups is walking towards you. So this period now where you are at is just tempering the emotional with the logic. So don't lose the plot here. What you're going to get out of this experience is going to be more than what you're anticipating. So remember, the short-legged emus got the long legs and didn't only get the food. They got running abilities, and they got a switch of scenery because of the ability to travel. My guess is same, because this knight is coming on a horse. So maybe after this particular like episode where you reunite, you're going to be going on a journey with this knight. Okay, so that's what I have for you right now. This looks generally, besides this card leading to this temporary like Hierophant phase where you're trying to work things out, generally it's a really mild type energy, and it looks good because there's going to be a good surprise for you. Something more than what you anticipated, more than what you're even thinking of now. You're going to get something else. So, you know, if you're dating, it could mean someone's going to put a ring on it. I don't know. But that's what I have for you. So I hope this provided some value. And thank you very much for allowing me to read for you. So your future self is telling you to just keep staying in this rainbow and keep making small adjustments. Make yourself happy. Keep yourself sane, because your Knight of Cups is going to give you something pretty great. Okay, so take care. I look forward to seeing you again next time. Bye.